If you want to rent a two-bedroom apartment in the South Bay, you'd better make close to $50 an hour, or roughly $100,000 a year, according to a startling new report that pegs all three of the nation's most expensive regions for renters squarely within the Bay Area. It's even worse in San Francisco, Marin and San Mateo counties, where workers need to net $60 an hour, or about $125,000. In the East Bay, it's $45 an hour, or $93,000 a year, according to the Out of Reach study released Wednesday by the National Low-Income Housing Coalition. Want to find more housing coverage and connect with our journalists? Click here to join our new Facebook group. The new numbers highlight the dire situation that confronts many local workers as they're forced to cram into small, overcrowded apartments or commute long distances from cheaper neighborhoods in the Central Valley and beyond. Even if you have 2 or 3 minimum wage jobs, you're still not going to be able to make ends meet, said Tom Myers, executive director of Mountain View-based, nonprofit community services agency. That's why we are seeing an increase in homelessness, that's why we are seeing an increase in people living in their vehicles and an increase in people coming to us for services. In San Jose, where the minimum wage is $13.50 an hour, workers would have to hold down 3.6 full-time, minimum wage jobs to afford a two-bedroom apartment. When the city's minimum salary increases to $15 next year, workers will need 3.2 jobs. It's not just the Bay Area where rents are out of reach for low-income earners. There is no state, metropolitan area or county in the U.S. where workers earning minimum wage can afford a two-bedroom rental home by working 40 hours a week, according to the study. But the San Francisco, San Jose and Oakland metro areas rank as the first, second and third most expensive regions in the country, respectively. Honolulu is number 4, and the Stamford-Norwalk, Connecticut area is number 5. Click here if you're having trouble viewing this video on a mobile device. Video, a 5-county poll conducted for the Silicon Valley Leadership Group and this news organization also found that more than one-third of Bay Area apartment renters and one-quarter of residents in their 20s and 30s say they are struggling to afford their housing. Show more, it's a national problem, said Andrew Warren, Vice President of Research for the National Low-Income Housing Coalition. The researchers based their findings on each region's fair market rent, a number set by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development that estimates the standard cost of rent and utilities in an area. The National Low-Income Housing Coalition used that number to calculate the hourly wage a household must earn to afford a home while spending 30% or less of their income on rent. Workers at the Community Services Agency, which provides housing, food and healthcare assistance to families in need, are seeing firsthand how the imbalance between wages and rent prices is impacting the Bay Area. 5 years ago, about 3,000 people came to the organization each year for food, Myers said. Now that number is well over 7,000. And many people coming to the organization for help have jobs. Just because you're employed does not mean you're going to have enough money to afford housing, Myers said. And that's the real tragedy in this. Even workers earning more than the minimum wage are struggling. In the Oakland metropolitan area, which includes Alameda and Contra Costa counties, renters earn an average of $22 an hour, much more than Oakland's $13.23 minimum wage. Still, at that salary, renters would need to work 2 full-time jobs to afford a two-bedroom apartment, according to the study. There are several things exacerbating the affordability issue on a national level, according to the coalition's researchers. Over the past decade, construction of new rental units has been geared toward the high end of the market. While the rental market added more than 6.7 million housing units between 2005 and 2015, the number of units renting for less than $800 dropped by more than 260,000, according to the report. To make matters worse, the nation's low-income jobs are the ones growing the fastest. Out of the 10 industries projected to see the most growth between 2016 and 2026, just 3 pay a median wage that would allow a renter to afford a 1- or 2-bedroom home, the researchers wrote, citing the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The low-income professions poised for dramatic growth include home health aides, waiters and waitresses and janitors. To remedy the situation, the coalition urges Congress to invest in housing assistance. Without that help, experts say families will continue to be priced out of their homes, particularly in the Bay Area. This is a crisis that's not only affecting the most impoverished people, said Daniel Cooperman, program director for Bay Area Community Services, but it's folks that have lived generation after generation in this area and are now being displaced, who can afford to live here. Alameda and Contra Costa County's hourly wage needed to rent a 2-bedroom home, $44.79 annual income needed, $93,160 fair market rent for a 2-bedroom home, $2,329 San Francisco, Marin and San Mateo Counties' hourly wage needed to rent a 2-bedroom home, $60.02 annual income needed, $124,840 fair market rent for a 2-bedroom home, $3,121 Santa Clara County hourly wage needed to rent a 2-bedroom home, $48.50 annual income needed, $100,880 fair market rent for a 2-bedroom home, $2,522. Click here if you are having a problem viewing the photos or video on a mobile device. Previous unset light on mountain over family paddle kayak on blue water at Manzanita Lake, Lassen Volcanic National Park, California. Visitors wade in the fountain in front of the Reuben H. Fleet Space Museum at Balboa Park in San Diego, California. Photo by Stephen Dunn, Getty Images. Sound. The gallery will resume in seconds. An overlook of the Anza-Borrego Desert Valley with Salton Sea in the far distance near the desert town of Borrego Springs, California. Ivo Humbach, AFP, Getty Images. Looking into the Yosemite Valley shows El Capitan, Half Dome, Cathedral Rocks and Bridal Veil Fall. Courtesy Emmanuel Hunt, Yosemite Conservancy. The Neptune Pool at Hearst Castle, the legendary home built by publishing tycoon William Randolph Hearst in San Simeon, California. AP photo, Dan Steinberg. Traffic rolls on Pacific Coast Highway near Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. Photo by Gina Ferrazzi. Pool, Getty Images. Together Forever, a Pixar nighttime spectacular fireworks show at Disneyland Anaheim, California. Jeff Gritchen, Orange County Register, SCNG, Death Valley National Park, CA, May 23. A view of Badwater Basin from Dante's View on May 23, 2014 in Death Valley, California. Photo by Ethan Miller, Getty Images. A picture taken March 9, 2014 shows a car passing next to giant sequoia trees, Sequoiadendron giganteum, at Sequoia National Park in California. The park, located in Sierra Nevada mountain, is famous for its giant sequoia trees. AFP photo, Mladen Antonov. Photo credit should read Mladen Antonov, AFP, Getty Images. This photo shows a view of Lake Tahoe near Reno, Nevada, after several recent storms added to the snowpack, Thursday, May 26, 2011. Squaw Valley Ski Resort, in Olympic Valley, Calif, will now be open for skiing Memorial Day weekend due to the snow. AP photo, Scott Sadie. Sunset light on mountain over family paddle kayak on blue water at Manzanita Lake, Lassen Volcanic National Park, California. Next show caption: 1 of 11 expand 80. You might also like the best watches one can buy under $250. Defolio. Find fixed income opportunities in Asia now. Allianz Global Investors Green Card USA. Check if you are eligible to apply. U.S. Green Card, free check. Lost your job? Here's what you need to do right now. Work Money: how to answer the toughest job interview question. Work Money Job adds new additions to their elite family of hardware. Zone: California's Brexit. What happens if voters split? The MercuryNews.com: 5 naked people in car crash. The story gets weirder. MercuryNews.com: Carolyn hacks. They're upset about the funeral I had for. MercuryNews.com recommended by